parenting tips. Did you know that you can start reading to your baby when he's in the womb? You can read books everywhere, not just before bedtime. Research shows that reading to babies increases their awareness of the world around them. Also, reading to your little one enhances their language and cognitive development. As soon as your baby is born, you can start a library for them. When choosing a book for a baby, look for books that have simple storylines and vivid images. You can also find touch and feel books that actively engage the baby by encouraging him to touch the materials inside them. Look for books that use language in a musical way, like Dr. Seuss's books. Babies might not understand the words, but they love when you read to them in a sing-along voice. For toddlers, look for books centering around a daily activity or chore. Check with your local bookstore. Many have reading circles where your child can enjoy time listening to a book and sharing with others. Getting up and out of the house in the morning can be a challenge when you have children under 3. Here are some ideas how to start the day on the right foot. Children like routine, structure, and consistency, so make up a morning routine for your family, and you are likely to have much calmer mornings. Choose a routine that is right for your family and share it with your kids. The night before, when you put them to bed, preface the next day so they know what to expect. When your little one wakes up, remind him again what is in store for the day. Many babies and toddlers wake up very early. Wake up with them. This is your chance for quality time. Consider getting everyone ready before breakfast so you can get out the door as soon as you are all done eating. You might want to pack all your bags the night before. Lastly, your attitude in the morning is an important factor in setting your child's attitude. Try to get up happy and ready to go, and your child will mirror you. Is your toddler ready to move from diapers to the potty? Here's how to make him help that important transition. The key is to be patient. Your toddler will potty train when she is ready. The age range for potty training is 2 to 4 years of age, so don't worry if she's not ready quite yet. Your toddler needs to learn to recognize the feeling in her body, which means I need to go to the bathroom, and communicate that to an adult. Here's how you can help. Ask your toddler to tell you when she needs to go potty. Take her to the bathroom every time she asks. Show your toddler what to do in the bathroom, even if she just sits there and does nothing. Consider using special potty training diapers that are less absorbent. The wet feeling might encourage your little one to go to the bathroom. Reward your toddler for every effort in the right direction. A reward can be a hug, a high five, or a good word. Many parents deal with the following situation. You say no to your little one's request, and he starts whining. What should you do? Ignore it? Say yes? What other choices are there to deal with the whining? Many kids whine. It is one way for them to get what they want. You can minimize whining by changing your response. First, point out to the child that he is whining and ask him to use his regular voice. Validate your toddler's feelings. Tell him that you know how disappointed he is. Give him an alternate response. He can learn to say okay. You can also offer a replacement. If you are going into a situation where you know your child will whine, you can prepare them. Tell them, for example, We are going to the store, but we will not be getting any candy there. Inconsistency might bring on more whining, so don't give in even if the whining continues for a while. We know it's hard, but be persistent. Soon your child will learn that whining is not an effective way to get something from you. What type of parent are you? Different parents have different styles. What's important is that you are aware of who you are as a parent. Experts tend to look at three basic elements: parent responsiveness, demandingness, and psychological control, which relates to the amount of control over the child a parent feels is necessary. To help you understand your own parenting style, consider the following points. What do you think of children who misbehave? Do they need to be taught what's expected? Should they be punished? Do they have parents who are too lenient? Can love help through most challenges? Can too much affection spoil a child? There are many possible answers to these questions as they vary from parent to parent. Another issue to consider is the match between your parenting style and your child's temperament. For example, a child who tends to be anxious might need a parent who is more controlling, so he knows what to expect and becomes less anxious. A good fit between a parent and child is important, and the first step is to ask yourself, how do you parent? As your baby grows and develops, so does the way he plays. Imaginary play allows your child to be himself, to explore the world with his imagination, and to manipulate things in his own way. Children can look at a box and see a castle. To enhance and foster this imaginary play, you can get them some accessories for this castle box. Dress-up clothes, play food, and anything that helps your child expand that imaginary world he has created. When you buy toys for your little one, choose toys that promote playing real-life situations. Between the ages of 2 and 3, most toddlers want to dress up and mimic real-life circumstances. If you look at them play tea time or teach their doll manners, you'll notice how they copy us. It's best not to interfere with your child's imaginary play decisions. Avoid undermining their choices by introducing a new game. Go along with what they are doing and try to be encouraging and supportive of their play. Is your toddler shy? Don't be alarmed. Shyness is quite common in toddlers. In fact, shyness is natural to about 30% of the population. Studies suggest it's mainly genetic and reflects your child's temperament, nothing more. Sometimes shyness decreases with age. Shy children might feel uncomfortable in large groups and do better in smaller ones. If your child is shy, he might have trouble making friends at first, but give him some time and he will come around. Really, shyness is a problem only if it interferes with everyday activities. As a parent, there's a lot you can do to help your child deal with his shyness. Help your shy little one by preparing him for new activities. If you're going to a birthday party, talk to him and tell him what to expect. Plan activities in smaller groups so he doesn't feel overwhelmed. Gently encourage him to approach new situations and explore new things, but don't force it. Make sure he knows you love him and support him. Praise him when he overcomes his shyness and puts himself out there. Parenting tips. Some days you just want to stay indoors and play with your baby or toddler. For that, you don't necessarily need a toy store. All you need is to get down on the carpet with your baby and use your imagination. Through play, babies develop their cognitive, social, and motor skills. When playing, babies learn to share, communicate, and take turns. Playtime can be simple as moving a truck back and forth, banging with a wooden spoon, or pretending. You can use playtime as an opportunity to teach your baby. Teach him to count with raisins. Teach him colors with colored paper. You can also play peekaboo and have many laughs. When you play with your baby, remember to get down to baby's eye level so you can be a part of the game. Let your baby lead the way and let her choose what to play as long as she is safe. Consider consulting books to guide your play. Be part of your baby's imaginative world. Have fun, be playful, and enjoy. Did you know you can help your baby fall asleep on her own? Babies can begin to learn to soothe themselves to sleep. Around the age of 3 months, you can start a bedtime routine. That will help baby recognize it's time for bed. A bedtime routine can be something calming, like a bath, reading a bedtime story, or playing soothing music. Make sure you put your baby to bed before she falls asleep. If baby will get used to falling asleep in your arms, she's likely to cry every single time you put her down. If you are nursing baby, try not to nurse her to sleep. Feed her an hour or so earlier, or she will get dependent on that for falling asleep. Make sure bedtime is not too late and your baby is not overtired. And know that you might need to breathe through a few crying spells a few nights in a row before she gets the message that she is safe and that all is okay to fall asleep on her own. It's important for your toddler's development to find his own way in the world. The key is to facilitate your toddler's independence in a controlled fashion. Your toddler is learning how to do more for herself, and she feels more in control. Around 3 years old, she will learn how to dress herself. When she's ready, provide the least amount of assistance possible. Let her put that shirt on, but you help with the buttons. Give your toddler a chance to pick out her own outfits so she can enjoy big kid decisions. Let her decide between 2 clear choices. Don't worry if your toddler becomes a picky eater. Pickiness often comes with this age. Just keep giving her healthy food choices. Try not to ask your toddler yes or no questions. The answer will often be no. At this age, she will become more social and will likely want to play more with her peers. Give your toddler opportunities to make up her own games with her own playmates. With a little patience, you and your toddler will both enjoy this newfound independence. How and when should you introduce your baby to a swimming pool? Safety first. Never leave your child unattended in the pool or near it. Always secure your pool to prevent possible drowning incidents. Introducing your baby to the water at an early age is likely to diminish water anxiety. Also, your baby will learn appropriate behavior in the pool and near it. If you have access to a warm pool, you can bring your baby into the water with you as early as 6 months. Just remember to protect them from the sun. When you bring baby into the pool, go slowly. Give him time to acclimate. Cuddle your baby in the water so he feels safe. Play games and sing songs while floating him on his back. Back floating builds confidence in the water. When your baby is older, you can let him jump to you. Be consistent when introducing a new move and use counting to create a routine. If you, as a parent, feel uncomfortable in the water, consider putting your child in a water awareness program so he can learn the basics and grow up to be confident in the water. Your baby is about to turn 1 year old. What a joyous and happy occasion. But how do you throw a birthday party for a baby? Here's some tips. Safety first. Make sure to baby-proof your house before the party. Think age-appropriate when planning your baby's party, from activities to snacks to how long the party will last. It's a good idea to make your first baby's party a short one, between 1 and 2 hours, and try to schedule it between baby's naps. List the length of the party right on the invitation so other parents know what to expect. When you prepare goodie bags for the visiting babies or toddlers, think age appropriateness again. Soft toys can work well, or ones that don't have small parts which they could swallow. Also, try to put in some healthy snacks. You can have a themed party and decorate the cake, goodie bags, and house accordingly. As for the cake, well, babies and toddlers might enjoy cupcakes more, but you can always make a decorated cake for the parents. After all, it's your party too. Making homemade baby food is easier than you think, and it's healthy for your baby. Nutritionists recommend starting your baby with root vegetable purees because they are naturally sweet, and babies are used to sweet taste from breast milk. So, your first baby purees can be potatoes, sweet potato, carrots, or butternut squash. Here are a few easy steps to fresh, healthy baby food. Cut the vegetables of your choice into squares. Steam them for 12 to 15 minutes until soft. Puree in a blender, and it's ready. You don't have to cook every day. Simply freeze the pureed food in an ice cube tray and thaw only what you need for each meal. You can steam and puree many fruits and vegetables. You can even mix them to give your baby a variety of flavors. The best first fruits for your baby are apples and pears because they are easy to digest and are not likely to provoke any allergies. If you give your baby fresh purees, he is likely to transition more easily to foods your whole family eats. Your baby is growing so quickly in the first months of life. His motor skills change every month. Your baby has gross motor skills, which are how she uses the larger muscles of her body, and fine motor skills, which have to do with the way she uses her hands and fingers. Every month, your baby learns another motor skill. At 1 month of age, your baby's motor skills are not so developed. You can expect him to lift his head a little bit. At this point, baby has no fine motor skills since her hands are clenched in a fist. When your baby is 2 months old, you can expect him to lift his head and look at you. His gross motor skills will include relaxing his limbs, stretching and holding his head at a 45-degree angle. Also, his hands will partially unfold. At 3 months, your baby might begin to roll from back to side. Watch him closely as he prepares to push up and roll over. As your baby grows, so will his level of motor skills. Is your baby almost walking? Here are some tips on how to encourage her first steps. At around 9 months, many babies are good at crawling and can crawl themselves up to a stand. At around 10 months, babies can stand for a while, as long as they are holding on to something. Then, by the time they're 11 months of age, babies can move around the room supported by furniture. Finally, by around 1 year of age, your baby is ready to walk. Here's how you can encourage your baby's first steps. Confidence is the key to get her started, so let her rest in a standing position while holding on to something to build her confidence. You can also stand several steps away from your baby and call her to come to you. Compliment her on a job well done. To strengthen your baby's motor skills, build a kind of obstacle course for her. Remember, mobility can put your baby at risk, so watch her carefully, but let her enjoy her new freedom.
Subscribe now.